Hi, I just wanted to talk really briefly about setting goals and creating vision for could be your church, your ministry, or the team that you are in charge of. So every year, I love to meet with my church board or the ministerial association or other organizations that I'm in charge of for a goal planning session. And I set aside 3 hours for this time and I ask all the people involved to pray about this meeting for at least a month ahead of time. And that helps them to prepare their hearts for what the Lord may have for us in the future. So, for the 3 hours, I spend the first hour where we brainstorm. And I am always really sure to say there is no bad idea here. We welcome all your ideas, and we're not going to try to eliminate ideas at this point. We are just brainstorming. And so you want every person to be able to have a free flow of information and being able to share and create and dream, and for nothing to hinder that dreaming process. There was one time where I forgot to repeatedly say, now, no idea here is a bad idea. We're just brainstorming. And somebody, kind of jumped on another person and said, oh, that's a terrible idea. And it immediately shut down the flow of information. Those two people had to seek reconciliation a couple months later, and so that's really important that the brainstorming process can truly be brainstorming. I know even as I'm coordinating these meetings, sometimes I'll think, I'm not so sure about that idea myself, but I don't say anything. And I just say, thank you for your idea, and I write it down. And it's even sometimes those ideas that I think might be a little ridiculous that end up being the best idea yet. So just allow the process of brainstorming to, I usually get a huge whiteboard and just fill up the whiteboard with all kinds of ideas that people share. The next thing that I do in the second hour is we look at maybe the top three. We try to find the top three ideas that the whole group can come to and conclusively say, these are the three ideas this year we want to focus on. And then that final hour together, I'll take one idea per board and I'll write down the one idea, and very easily then we can say, okay, what's the next step we need to take to accomplish this idea? And so we'll write down the steps that it will take. We will find the best people who can, say, I'll take responsibility to, make sure this happens. And then we'll even put some dates next to it. Now, the thing about setting dates is I always will, I tend to like things to happen. Let's do it right now. We can do this really effectively right away. Most people are about 3 times it takes them 3 times longer than I think it probably should. So you want to give yourself lots of grace to accomplish these things, and you want to set some goals that you can accomplish, not like some huge, 10-year goals that it's going to take a lot longer to accomplish. Start with something small. If you've never done this in your church or organization, you want to start out with some small goals. One of the first goals I made when my church was 12 people was, let's paint one room. And, it was a simple goal, but, the rooms hadn't been painted in years. And that one simple goal turned out that year we painted nearly every room in the church because they couldn't believe how great things looked with a new coat of paint. So starting with one small, simple goal will then lead the next year and the year after that into these bigger goals that the church goes, yeah, we can accomplish this together. So create your goals, and then set your strategy, create your vision, to share from that, and then every week you want to be keeping this in front of people and sharing these goals and dreams, and this is our next step that we're taking together, and different people will get excited about that, and it will be their goals as well. And then keep that before your church board or your group every time you meet. It's really important. So anyway, that's how I help to create momentum in our church. We can talk about more things in upcoming videos, but I hope that helps you to get started in moving forward in your church and ministry.